Hello, Aquarius gang. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. It's me, Annie. It's me, your friend. I'm just kidding. What's up, guys? This is your September monthly tarot reading. This is going to be a reading of career and finances, jobs, internships, monies, payouts, everything involving that kind of topic. We'll see what we can get. At the very tail end of this video, I will include a few messages about love, romance, relationships for those who are looking. I will try to remember to timestamp, so if you're looking just for love, you can hop right to it. But I pretty much do love every week, so there's a bajillion messages. They are evergreen. They're always good. There's no time limit or time stamp to them. So check those out if you're looking for something more extensive in love. If you're here for career and finances, you've come to the right place. Gotta kick the drug habit. So you're overindulging in something. Alcohol, liquor, drugs, food, shopping. Yeah, we gotta kick that. We gotta put an end to the nasty habit. Look how fantastic these cards are, though, right? Good Lord. Yeah. Ten of Swords says, cut, we're done, it's over. Nope. Death to bad habits. Stripper card. Who's stripping? All right. Anyway, let's actually do your tarot reading. That message did come through for a reason, though. Time to kick the habit. Whatever that habit is for you that is not contributing to your best and highest good. Maybe you're spending too much money. You know, maybe the input isn't matching the output. If you're overspending, right? Just be careful of that. Be wary of that. I don't do fear-based readings, right? That's not what it's about. It's about aligning you to a better and higher path. All right, Aquarius, these are general readings here on YouTube. Not everything I say will resonate with every single Aquarius out there. Up to you to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. If it's not your message, disregard, right? Push those messages aside. Don't take action on them. You're going to want to take away messages that A, you resonate with, first and foremost, but B, messages that impact you in a powerful, inspiring, enlightening way. Ooh, I'm throwing your deck everywhere here. For your highest good, right? That empower you, that motivate you, that inspire you, that confirm something you're thinking or feeling. If that is not what you're taking away, you're probably not acting on the right messages. So above all else, use your logic, use your intellect, use your discernment, use your intuition. That's what we do here at the Intuitive Teacup. Those are the rules. Everything else down below in the box for you. The decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media. I am not digging this deck. Hold on. Sorry, guys. If you want to book a personal, that's all written down below. Yeah, half the cards fell out, and I feel like it was like, I don't know. I'm not vibing with that deck. We're switching decks. Sorry, last minute change. Ooh, yeah, let's do this one. Yeah, book a personal, my social media, how to, interact with me on social. That's all down below. Yeah, cool. We're gonna do it. Sorry, that was off to a bumpy start, but I'm better now. We got the deck. All right. Tell me about Aquarius' career, money, and finance. I hope you guys are doing well. What's up, Aquarius? I love the Aquarian vibe. Yeah, fuck yeah. Aquarius. Aquarius for the win. All right. Cool, let's do it. 3 more cards and we're going to hop in. Aquarius. Something about a lawsuit or a theft, especially if you're a small business owner or a small shop owner. I think it's, in the grand scheme of things, it's pennies, it's peanuts, it's small potatoes. But especially if you're a small business owner, like a little shop on the corner, I'm getting, there are specifically teenagers or children coming in and shoplifting. So be careful of that. You may want to install cameras, or if you're aware that it's going on, the universe is saying, all right, like it's time to kick the habit. It's time to snuff out that it's like a little annoyance. It's like a kid stealing candy from the candy shop. It's not the end of the world, but it's your money, right? So, and I'm going to be real with you, right? That message came through for a reason. It could be an employee. It doesn't have to be a shopper. It doesn't have to be a child or a teenager. For the majority of you guys, it is. But yeah, there's a little bit of sneakiness. There may be somebody pocketing a few bucks from the cash register. And I mean, depending on your personality, that could be a very big deal, right? I mean, it certainly is not just. It's not justice, right? So yeah, and it may or may not involve you directly, but word to the wise, if you are at all in retail or work in like a little shop, someone's gonna have the cops called on them. So make sure it's not you, Aquarius. I don't think it is, but if that resonates with you, it's coming down. Put an end to that for sure. For your own benefit, I would cut that shit out. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Universe wanted 1 or 2 of you to hear that. All right, so moving to the city. Some of you feel like not a fish out of water. That's too extreme, or that denotes like an uncomfortability. It's not that. You're jumping head first into something new, and it's going to be really exciting, and it's going to be really fun. You may be a little bit out of your element, but don't let it shake you. This is more about the experience. This is about the adventure. It's that expression, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Absolutely. For a lot of you that have just switched over careers or you're thinking about it, the new chapter, it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. It may contradict what you were anticipating or expecting, but not in a negative way. But I do feel like, yeah, and there you are. As I say, my Aquarians are kind of open to that, right? You're cool with the unexpected as long as it's, no one's getting hurt or no one's getting injured or anything like that. Photography is going to be big for a lot of you. I see a lot of you moving to the city to do anything involving marketing, photography, photo opportunities. You could be a model, I suppose. Yeah, that keeps coming through in my reading. Something about model and fashion industry. You could be moving, if you have a clothing store, you may be setting up a shop in the city. High prices, high money retail for a lot of you. Filmmaking opportunities too. A lot of filmmakers in the city. You may be attending a film festival or going to some sort of show or an opportunity to network, but it's very prestigious. It's very suit and tie, like lots of bells and whistles. It's very fancy schmancy. You may be going on this trip, on this whatever it is with a Cancer. A Cancer may play a very key role in this. And something about spirituality. What is this? Help me out. What is that, priestess? Enjoy the waiting period. A lot of you may have applied to a job and you're waiting to hear back. It's saying don't just sit there doing nothing. Find activities to keep you thriving, to keep you excited, to keep you busy. It's like a very Sagittarian message this time. It's like, go out and live your best life. Don't be sitting by the phone waiting for that person to call. And that goes for your love life too. Yeah, right now you're going through a period of YOLO. Enjoy your life. Try not to take everything super seriously because things are going to work out fine. If you haven't had time to hang out with your soul tribe, with your family, with your best friends, make time to do that, Aquarius. That's going to be very important. The people, whether it's family by blood or by heart, however you want to say it, right? The people who've been there for you throughout the years, through thick and thin, I don't want to say they deserve some of your time, but yeah, more or less, hang out with the people who love you. It's going to be good energetically for you. It's going to allow you to declutter and clear your mind. Some of you may just want to go and take like a mini road trip, a mini vacation, go do something fun. Again, go to the city, go sightseeing. I mean, I don't know what people are allowed to do in the city these days, given, all these restrictions, but eventually go to a museum, go to a show, go see a play, go to the theater. Again, common sense, right? I know we're living in crazy times. This may be a projection in a few months, right? Just putting it out there. Be safe, right? But yeah, there's activities in your future. Maybe you're hiking up mountains. You're doing something potentially in group activities, and for a lot of you, a Cancer is involved. Some of you have fully recovered from a medical diagnosis that at one point looked very scary. Again, I'm not predicting this by any means, right? This is like you've overcome your battle with blank, and now it's almost like a fresh start. You're going out with a new perspective on the world because you came very close to like a almost like terminal illness or something about that. Or if that's not your story, again, I'm not predicting death. I don't do that on my channel, guys, just so you know. If you had a mother who passed away, it's like her spirit is with you and she's encouraging you to go out and live your best life. She's encouraging you to partake in the fun that life has to offer. There is an element of don't take everything so seriously. There's a need to lighten your mood up. With the Fool and Ten of Cups, life is wonderful. Life is full of possibilities. And I know that, everybody's probably feeling some type of way right now. We're getting antsy. It's crazy times. Even more reason to go out and find outlets of fun. Now, I know you're wondering, what does that have to do with my money? Where's my money at? Something about that does have to do with your money. It's coming up in your career spread. There could be an opportunity to discuss a major business plan with your friends, especially or with a family member for that matter. And again, friends, family, soul tribe, whatever. There may be an opportunity to work very closely with a family member or a best friend on something about the travel industry, vacation hotspots. I don't know if you're involved in real estate or it almost feels you sell a product that people take on vacation with them. All right, Aquarius, we're back. Sorry, I'm having like tech issues today. Anyway, let's hop back in. So, yeah, working with family members, there's a lucrative opportunity there, especially for anybody who works in some sort of field where you work very closely with families, with parents, with children. You might be a teacher, you might be a counselor, you might be a fill in the blank, something very family-centric, something very family-oriented. Some of you might be scientists, too. Science. Interesting. All right. So then we got an Ace of Wands. Some of you are going to be on television, or you're going to be interviewed. You're going to have your name in the headlines, or you may work in an industry like that, again, behind the camera, in front of the camera. Wow, shock, amazement. So there's something that's either shocking in a good way or a bad way. Aquarius, Uranus energy. Shocking. Shocking truth about a family unit, about a family dynamic, about a family sitcom. Does that make sense to any of you? So there's also a revealing of the substance. Again, the science about what something is actually made up of. Yeah, I don't know if it's the ingredients or the recipes, but I'm almost getting like lawsuit about, oh my God, did you hear they're putting chemicals like this in the product, in the food, in the whatever. And again, I don't do fear-based readings, but it seems like you make headlines in a positive way because you've called someone on something they're doing that is harmful or hurtful to the body or to the public. And it's like they've been making money off of this for a long time, and you finally, you write like an article or a think piece about, like, let's get real about this thing that we're consuming, whether it's media, whether it's, again, food products, or even something in the medical industry. There's huge revelations that could really positively impact generations to come. It's almost like a cease and desist of using that chemical, of using that product. Some of you may work in the it's healing. Some of you may work in like the beauty industry, specifically hair, makeup. It definitely feels like not cruelty to animals per se, but yeah, it's like using something that should not be being used to help people. It has the guise, the appearance that it's helping people. It's probably something they're selling on TV, and you're like, yeah, by the way, like, that's toxic. That's not helping anybody. You guys are making it worse. So again, I don't know if you're a detective. I don't know if you're a reporter, a journalist, whatever that is. There's a revelatory sense of you're not getting away with this anymore. And I mean, obviously with that, not only are you going to make headlines, I think there's money there. There's money to be made, but you're making money for the right reasons. It's like the end of Scooby-Doo. It's Mr. Johnson as you lift the ghost hood, right? You're revealing something that has gone unnoticed, or here's the thing, it hasn't gone unnoticed. People have been turning a blind eye to it because it just wasn't the priority. It's like, yeah, we get it. It may not be ethically, blah, 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 but we're making money. So whatever. You stumble upon that and you're like, no. It's a very cool message. I like that. How interesting. Yeah, there's an element of fame or celebrity from some sort of discovery or revelation. And I do think that you're kind of the trailblazer on that. It may involve an Aries as well. But you're probably going to be making public speeches about it too. You might even be going on tours to do public speaking events. Maybe you're going to write a book about it. I don't know what that is, but more power to you. All right, new message. So some of you are involved with water filtration, cleaning out water systems. You may be involved in, something involving sea creatures, marine biology. Again, kind of scientific, very studious. Categorizing things, alphabetizing things. It's a very organized system. Everything has its own little card and its own little code. It has its own little, system. Animals are all over this spread. That theme has been coming up a lot lately. Animal healers, those who are good with animals, using pets for therapy, for children, for adults, for, whoever. Something about animals is very much wanting to be seen here. You may be going through an old scrapbook. Again, family, sentimental, Cancerian vibes. Some of you have very strong Cancer in your chart. That's why that's showing up. You're reminiscing about the past. You're reminiscing about your own childhood. You may even have babies on the brain, whether you're male or female, if you're thinking about starting a family or adding another one to the mix. Yeah, there's actually, now that I'm looking at this, you have a lot of cards indicating children. A lot of little kids, and they're all about the same age too. Somewhere between 2, 4, yeah, 2, 5, yeah, somewhere in that range. Like little, right? That guy up in the corner with the puppy, and yeah, a boy and 2 girls. Does that mean anything to anyone? You may be looking back at pictures of your own children when they were young. How interesting. And yeah, what I was going to say was the family scrapbook or whatever it is, your personal scrapbook, looking at how much you've grown and changed, looking at the passing or the passages of time. It's very Saturnian energy, actually. So maybe something to do with your Capricorn sun or your Capricorn husband. Some of you are going to buy a new dog, absolutely. A little yellow dog, a yellow lab, a terrier. I don't know what that is, but you may have recently lost a pet. My condolences if that's the case. I'm not predicting that, of course, but yeah, you may be getting a new fuzzy creature. Let's see. Some of you may have rescued a pet or nursed it back to health. And there's something about that you enjoyed so much. Yeah, being the rescuer, being the helper, you may actually look into volunteering your time to do more of that. It may potentially be a career. Something about that moment, you had some sort of like spiritual awakening or spiritual epiphany about your trajectory and something you actually want to do more of. So some of you are going to invest some money to go back to school. I'm sort of sensing that for some of you, money is tight, but you're willing to make some sort of investment knowing that it'll come back, tenfold, whatever. Come back to you in the future. By making the investment in a degree, you're going to reap the reward from it probably later. And a lot of you, your hands are tied. You want to do something, but money is too tight. So I guess with that, I'm being called to say, make a small game plan. You know, everybody's willing to take a certain amount of risk with their finances. For some people, it's this big of a leap. For some people, it's, piece by piece. You have to do what is right for you, but you have to get out of the state of what do I do, anxiety, worry, not making action to fix it or not taking time to untie yourself from this bind. Some of you are probably swimming in financial debt and you're just like, I can't seem to. So you have to find a practical way to get out of it slowly, piece by piece. Maybe it involves borrowing money from someone else or whatever. And I mean, I'm not necessarily saying that's the key, that's the solution, but it's giving you a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry being in this predicament where money's frozen, the ground is frozen. There's not a lot of crops thriving right now in the dead of winter. There's probably something you could do on the side to make money, especially if there's something you do on a volunteer basis. I'm not saying exactly that, but whatever you enjoy about that, you may be able to start your own fill in the blank and just earn a little bit of side income doing it, especially pet sitting, babysitting, all these just kind of side little, little things like that. It will add up over time. So it's just starting. Starting is the hardest part. A lot of you are sort of feeling out which way to go, which direction to go in. Yeah, a lot of you may work in something about legacy. I don't know if it's Ancestry.com or, again, scrapbooking, wedding photography. Encapsulate, something about memories. The time capsule is sort of what I'm being called to say. Yeah, a lot of photographers here. Being there to capture very special sentimental moments. Some of you may be a sketch artist. Some of you capture moments with, I'm almost getting like kids' hands in like clay. It's like Billy, age 5. Again, I'm sure that's not literal for all of you, but you may discover something like that in your attic. It takes you back to your youth. It takes you back to when your siblings were younger, when your best friends were younger. There's some activity you participated in with like your best friend or your childhood friend, your neighborhood friend, and you actually may have made money doing it. You may have sold lemonade. You may have sold pot holders. I actually did that with my Aquarian friend. Get out. No way. That's cute. Yeah. Do you remember those little looms you'd get with the stringy things and you weave? They were little pot holders. Me and my Aquarius friend, we used to sell them around the neighborhood. That is so funny. Of course that came through. Anyway, there's something like that where, again, projecting it into like adulthood, I'm not sure exactly what that would be, but that's kind of for you to think about, to reminisce. Reminiscing about the past is huge in this spread. You have 10 of Cups twice. Such a card of family, whether it's, bloodline family or not. It could be your ancestors. It could be your best group of friends, your college buddies, your this, your that. I don't know what that has to do with your finances. I hope you do. And there's money to be made with those you love. Starting a business, starting a startup with your best group of friends with a similar interest, or maybe you each serve a different role, but the common, there's the common theme, you guys, what you build, what you create, what you offer to the public. Maybe one person's the receptionist and one person is the artist and one person is the business guy crunching the numbers. There's group dynamics here. And yeah, a lot of you do need to go back to school. And I don't know if you don't want to, or you're avoiding it, or you're just in a place where you don't have the money. That's coming up on the horizon for a bunch of you. So again, you'll know when to make the move when the time is right for you. But yeah, that's definitely in a lot of your futures. So let's see. Yeah, a lot of weddings. I don't typically picture Aquarian being my most sentimental sign, but it's certainly not to say that you aren't. It's so mushy and watery and mushy gushy, pulling at my heartstrings, especially being there for significant moments in people's lives. Some of you may just want to be a mommy, a daddy. It's like that to you would be your dream come true. That's the perfect job because you love people, you love your family. Taking your sweetheart on some sort of vacation or some sort of world travel, if you've been putting it off. Yeah, it's almost like there's some moment where you've seen how fast time has gone by and you're like, oh my God, what happened to that Italy trip? We've been talking about it for 5 years. Let's do it. There's absolutely something about being there for special moments in your children's lives, in your husband's life, in your best friend's life. And because of that, there is a decision to, I actually heard break the bank, to go after something simply because it's joyful. It's fun. It's not necessarily the most logical. It's not necessarily the most practical, but it's like your heart is yearning for it. Your heart is calling you to do that. For a lot of you, it's a reconciliation with a former lover, a former partner, and it could be business partner. It doesn't have to be romantic. But yeah, there's like a spiritual awakening to go towards, I do want to say, who you love. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic or sexual, though for some of you it definitely is. There's a think back to when we were young, when we used to do this, when we used to have that. Life got busy, life got complicated, and I think you lost track of something, and now it's like you're recentered and you're refocused. You may have gone through an experience where you lost someone very close to you, and it's sort of rebalanced your scales of, I really need to make time for my family. Like this is non-negotiable anymore. I'm breaking my ass or breaking my back, working my ass off at a job, and I barely see my kids. I want to see my kids grow up. It's that type of energy. It's really a beautiful message. I'm not getting tons of money cards though. So, okay, so for some of you with these cards falling here, there's an inheritance, which obviously doesn't come out of nowhere, right? Let's be logical. But yeah, for some of you, if that makes sense to you at all, there's a hefty inheritance coming to you. So maybe you're going to be able to afford that vacation, that trip that you've always dreamed of. At work, I see you guys working on project teams, specifically a group of 3. For a lot of you, these are your buddies. These are your friends. Even if you're like an independent entrepreneur, contract worker, it's like you guys network and hook each other up with jobs over and over and over again. Your buddies, your clan, those are your soul tribe. Those are your people. A lot of you are architects, graphic designers, interior designers. You have a very visual eye and a very precise mind. You're very detail-oriented. At least at work. I don't know why I said that, but that came through. And so you're happy with the people you work with, and yet you're feeling a lack. I think you've reached a point where it feels like you're not growing anymore. Like you're at the top, you can't make any more money, or you don't have the degree to make more money. It's something about, it's good and I'm having an okay time at work. It's like there's nothing really to complain about, and yet I'm kind of bored. I'm kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And in a sense, you do feel trapped by something. And it might be the sentimental ties to, well, I don't want to leave my friends. We have such a good time together. But I do think you realize, but it's time to transition. It's time to grow. I can only be the caterpillar for so long. I'm meant to soar. I'm meant to be the butterfly. Some of you may be getting your pilot's license or something involving flight, transportation, travel. I think you would be able to make more money at a different job. Tell me more about that. But yeah, I was about to say, you have to go back and get the degree. Go back to law school. Is that where you're headed? No, but yeah, there's studying, there's books, there's more applications. If nothing else, it's saying apply to some jobs, right? Read up on the company, see what their strategy is, see what their energy is like. Does it jive with what you believe in, your principles, what you want to do, what you want to create in the world? Some of you, it's like things that a space where families hang out together. I know that's very general, but I'm almost sort of getting like theme parks or adventure parks or the movie theater. It's like the whole damn family gets in the car and they go to do this. I suppose it could be a movie theater or like not a bar, but like a family-friendly restaurant. I see you being the entrepreneur of something that's like, bring the whole damn family. It's very family-centric. It's very family-oriented. Some of you do work in law, lawyer, social justice. Some of you are writing a very strongly worded email to your governor or something. Okay, the whole, situation with the unemployment and this and that. Some of you are so Aquarian energy. It's like, that's it. We got to rise up, people. We got to make a difference. We got to fix this injustice. This system is broken. It's not working. I don't know what you're doing, but you're starting the charge on something because there has been unequal distributions of, a lot of things. Power, wealth. You're coming in there and it's like you're writing a manifesto. You're writing some sort of like, this is what we need to do. I would even use the term radical. I don't think you're looking to harm any specific group. I think you're looking to equal the playing field. Justice, right? Social justice, criminal justice, any type of justice, equitability. Yeah, this has to do with the pandemic. I'm not exactly sure what your plan is, but it's coming up in your spread as confirmation. So I would say, keep doing it. Some of you are astrologers. Some of you work with lots of elements. You see things. You are a seer. You study the planets. Or if you're interested in that and you're not doing it currently, there's potentially money to be made there. Reading birth charts. I'm actually starting to study more in depth than that too. It's fascinating. Oh my God, is it fascinating? Maybe you're a tarot card reader. You're something with astrology or mediumship or something like that. Let's see. Crystals. Do you sell crystals? Are you going to some of you are going to a crystal store and you're buying specific crystals to look into your energy. It's very kind of witchy occult shop. Some of you may want to open something like that. Again, if that's already your situation, people are shoplifting. And not huge amounts of money that I think, but I mean, I don't know what you sell, but yeah, shoplifting is coming up here a lot. Theft, pickpockets. Some of you are planning a birthday celebration for your child or for your parent, no matter what age you are, right? You're throwing an anniversary or a party, something to celebrate a milestone. It could be a milestone of when you first opened your business. Okay, this is a cute thing. So some of you are, making big banners, painting, huge paintings, walls, murals. You might be painting your house. Huge paintings, huge, like Donald Trump. I can't do a good Trump impression, but huge paintings, huge. They're gonna be huge. In like a dim lit studio you have. Some of you dream of having an art studio. Do it, Aquarius. You have political messages in your art. Very beautiful. Anyway, going back to this, there's a cute message of celebrating a milestone that to you feels a little bit lackluster. That could mean, and there you are, the star. That could mean a lot of different things. Here's what I'm getting. It's underwhelming now, but just you wait because it hasn't reached its full potential. And I know we hear that a lot in tarot readings. It's like, you're there, but you're not there yet. Well, that's generally the people seeking tarot readings. Like, I'm frustrated. Why am I not there yet? Celebrate your accomplishments no matter how big or small, especially no matter how small. You may be celebrating like the 2-year anniversary of when you first opened your business. You know, when you put that dollar bill, that framed dollar bill up on your wall, that first buck you made at your bakery, at your shop, at your whatever. You may have thought, oh my God, in 2 years we're going to be here and we're going to have our own offices and we're going to be like, it's going to be crazy. It's not, but I see a lot of you celebrating it anyway, even in like a modest or humble way. Don't be humble. Go big. Celebrate like crazy that you're doing it, that you're showing up every day because you're doing something that you're passionate about and something you believe in. The universe is going to toss you a huge gift, a huge reward for your endurance. It has nothing to do with the speed, the time at which this business takes off. It has to do with putting your love and your passion into something, and also knowing when to set limits. Don't break your back doing it. Don't sacrifice family time. But if there's something you love, you value, you're passionate about, keep putting in the effort, because again, behind the scenes, the universe is digging it. That's just what I'm getting. It's like you thought that the 4-year anniversary of fill in the blank was going to be huge. Sorry, I almost burped there. It's not huge. It might just be you and 2 of your friends like, hey, congratulations. Do it anyway. It's like, it's something to do with your confidence and raising your vibration to recognize, you know what, like, it is pretty kick-ass. Yeah, it's been 4 years and we're not making tons of money, but we're doing it. We're having fun. Like that is money in the hand. This is the universe's hand, handing off a large sum of money or a big gift or some sort of reward for your hard work and endurance and effort. If you love what you're doing, stick at it. Just because it hasn't fully blossomed into everything you thought yet, give it time. There's huge blessings coming in there. The end of your struggle is in sight. If you're barely making ends meet for a lot of you, and again, that's a hard message for me to give because you have to trust your intuition, right? Just having faith is not going to solve everybody's issue. You know, I'm a firm believer in having faith, absolutely, but I'm just going to leave it at that. No, I need help. I can't leave you with that. There's money. There's money coming in for a lot of my Aquarians. Stick to what you're passionate about. If your passion is there, the money will find you. If you're not passionate, don't stick in there just to save face, just because you've always done it. If you're lacking passion, if you're out of zest, if you're not in there in the thick of it and enjoying it, it's not the one. If you're there and you're enjoying it, you're like, this is so cool. Why doesn't everybody want our product? This is insane. They're coming. I said the same thing to Pisces, Libra, I don't know, whatever. If you build it, they will come. If you're passionate about it, there's money there. It just hasn't found its way to you yet. So, all right, love messages. Shall we do love? Lovers in love. How long is this? Ooh, this is a long one. Okay, Aquarius in love, please. Spirit, universe, guides, help me out here. 6 of Swords. So some of you may have just ended something or moved on, or someone may have moved on from you. Particularly someone with blonde, flowy, or curly hair. They got great hair, but you left them or they left you. Someone who's anemic? Does that make sense to anyone? I don't know why that word came through. Confirmations, I guess, right? Okay. Someone may have had health issues. It could have been mental health issues too, and it really put a strain or a burden on your relationship. Tell me about the Capricorn. Let's hear about the Capricorn. All right. Tell me about Aquarius's Capricorn. Healing. There's healing in store with the Capricorn. It hasn't all been easy. Things, in fact, have been a little bit of wacky, but there is an element of soulmates there. It may... Something about going back home. So maybe you guys tried a trial separation or time apart, especially if you had kids. You may have been trying to bounce back and forth. You know, you have them this weekend, I have them that. It's not impossible to fix this. It's almost like absence makes the heart grow fonder. With time, I think you'll have more clarity on the situation, and whether or not you choose to be together again, I see it ending in a peaceful reconciliation, if that makes sense. For some of you, there's still love there. For some of you, it's like the love isn't there, but it's like we're going to be friends, especially if you have kids. Or maybe they're your business partner, too. I do see things turning in a more mature direction, but yeah, I do see a little bit of struggle with the Capricorn. Okay. And that's one Capricorn, right? You may have several, so. All right, what is this message? All right, so there's an offer being made to Aquarius. This person doesn't have a lot of money, though, so they probably can't wine and dine you. They're being very frugal with their pennies. They're being very money savvy, or they're watching their spending. But yeah, this person does want to ask you out, very likely an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They're reliable, they're steady, but yeah, money is tight, or they're not willing to move. That may be a point of contempt for you guys if you guys are like a cozy couple, but it's like, so are you going to move to the city? One or both of you is like, no. Like, this person is very much staying exactly where they are, but I will say it's out of fear. This person doesn't like to take risks. I don't know how you feel about that, Aquarius. It could be you, But yeah, it would require maybe that you could be at a distance from this person, especially if you met on dating apps where they want to chat with you all day, but when it comes to actually meeting, it's like, oh, but it's like 30 miles. And you're like, yeah, but what's the point? We've been talking for 2 weeks. So, maybe. It's not impossible, but I don't love this between you guys. This is someone who's like a miser, someone who's a little bit more greedy or not willing to give. It's a one-sided type thing. So, I mean, to be honest, the more I dig into it, I don't love it. But, you know, for one or two of you, that may pan out. We'll see. Then, let's see. You have soulmate or wedding energy. Some of you are planning a wedding. You're working towards the wedding. But, again, money is tight. I keep getting that money is tight right now. Or... this went in a completely different direction. Okay, so completely new message. Well, I can't leave you with that, though. What about the one planning the wedding? What is the major message about that? Watch your money. Especially if you're paying for the wedding yourselves, you don't need to invite all of your parents' friends. You know, like it's that type of message. Like if you're paying for it, it's your wedding. And especially if money is tight, watch the expenditure. This is a celebration of love. Don't make it like, oh, it's a wedding and we have to have this and the band and the horses and you're celebrating your love. That's what it is. It's almost like don't go big and go home. It's like, let's keep this to the bare essentials. If you're hell-bent on getting married or you need to have that celebration or whatever, maybe it's a religious thing. If you can't afford to go big, then go small. It doesn't diminish the love that's there. So it is a very positive message, but yeah. Or you may be dating someone who's really just down and out. They may have been out of work for quite some time, and so they're very worried about how you view them. They're very worried about you thinking that they're a bum or that they're a slacker. They've had an unlucky break. That's sort of what I got there. All right. Yeah. Same message. Tell me about the one that they moved on from. What's that? Yeah, some of you needed to move on from someone who wasn't giving it to you. They were feeding multiple mouths. They were, it could have been third party or just non-committal. Like they wanted to play the field. They wanted to date around. And maybe that was you, Aquarius, but it was like, yeah, in very true Aquarian fashion, it seems very matter of fact. Like, listen, like I like you, but I'm not, this can't be a thing. It's not going to work. And then you just go. Or that's what this person did to you, particularly a Taurus. So then there's another Aquarius or possibly a Libra that is recently single. They just got out of a long marriage or a painful divorce or it doesn't even have to be painful, but a long relationship. They were in a long-term relationship. They're hot off the press. They're single and ready to mingle. This is probably another Aquarius or a Libra that has eyes for you, Aquarius. What's the potential outcome there? Silence. What is that about? What does the silence mean? Do they leave you on red? Do they not respond to your text? What's that about? It's kind of saying you already know the deal here, for better or worse. Oh, so no, it's being clarified with victory. This person likes the attention. This person needs a lot of attention. They're a little bit cocky, but I think on the inside they have a good heart. But yeah, there's an exterior to them it's like they like to peacock. They like to know that they're wanted. They need a lot of reinforcement. You're probably dealing with a Libra or a Leo. They need to know that you think they're all that in a bag of chips. But on the inside, they actually do have a very warm, sentimental, sensitive heart. But they have a kind of a fucked up way of showing it. So, maybe. I feel like I didn't give you a really solid one. I don't know. I mean, I can't fake it. I can only give you what's here. We'll try one more. Let's try a new deck. One last message for Aquarius in love. You got a lot of question marks. A lot of maybe with time that could work out. And maybe that's how you're feeling. Maybe you're not really in a perspective where you're really eager to start a relationship. So some of you might be, but so there's a Gemini or a Virgo that will make you an offer. Again, it's the same thing. It's someone who's been out of work or just doesn't have a lot of money. And I don't know why they think that's important to you, but I mean, maybe it is for some of you. Yeah, this person has a very modest or humble beginnings. They probably grew up in a house that didn't have a lot of money. Yeah, there's deliberation about money, and it's almost like they want to be able to buy you nice things and they can't afford to. They can't pay half the rent. They can't take you out to dinner because money's too tight. Here's the thing, though. For a lot of you, I don't think it's that big an issue, but this person thinks it is. So if that's the common misconception, maybe in a gentle way, talk about the money issues, because something about the money issues on your person's end is holding them back, though you could switch the roles. You guys have very common taste in music. Your shuffle, or whatever you call it, your musical lists and preferences and tastes, they're very similar. You guys would bond and talk about music for days on end, especially with Virgo or Gemini. Some of you need to water your plants. They're thirsty. They're exhausted. They're dying. Water your plants, Aquarius. And then there's a long-term relationship, probably an anniversary celebration with a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. There's pressure from the family to get married with your Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But they look like marriage material to me. They look loyal as fuck. They love you. Their heart is full of love and joy and tingly feelings. Some of you are your sister or your brother, a sibling, is gonna get engaged or have another child, and witnessing that, you're gonna be like, maybe we should, like, to your person. You got 2 kings. All right. So it could be a same-sex couple for some of you, particularly with an earth sign or a water sign. But there's another message here. Oh, okay. If you're struggling with money, ask Papa, ask Dad. Dad will probably be able to help you. I don't know how much. Some of you have a rich father. And I'm sort of getting that there's a separation there. You might not have a great relationship with them. Especially a same-sex couple parent situation. Somebody in that dynamic has a lot of money, but it's like you're too proud to ask for help. And I don't know, Aquarius, if it would get you out of a bind, that might be helpful. Yeah, they're going to loan some money to the kid. No matter whether you're a 50-year-old kid or a 15-year-old kid, you have a parent or a parent-like figure. It could be a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle. There's money somewhere in your family, and someone would be willing to help you out with something if you really needed it. Someone who works at a little shop. Oh, it's like a barista? You have a crush on a barista? Make the move. Spirit says make the move, because if you don't ask them out, you'll always wonder. You'll never know. Of course, if they say no, you're going to have to get coffee somewhere else for the rest of your life. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, some of you have a crush on a barista. Go for it. Get it, Aquarius. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below it resonates. I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, Aquarius.